Hi, I'm Corinne Lesh with EdScoop, and I'm here with Darryl Adams, Superintendent of Coachella Valley. Darryl, thanks for being with us.
Well, thank you.
So why don't we start by talking a little bit about what the top technology priorities are in your district and how you're carrying them out?
Yes. Well, the top technology initiative for us is around our iPad initiative. And, we were fortunate enough to go to our voters who voted 67% to provide an iPad for every student from preschool to high school. So they were willing to tax themselves to do this, not willing to wait on government or any other agency. And what we consequently found out as we began to build the infrastructure for the schools, we found out there were many homes that did not have connectivity. So we then initiated a Wi-Fi on Wheels program, which put Wi-Fi routers on buses so that students could connect to and from school, athletic events, field trips, but also we're parking those buses in neighborhoods where there is no connectivity.
And we're hearing about that idea sort of sprouting up a lot in other neighborhoods as well. So where did that idea come from, and how do kids keep using it even after they get off the bus? Is that a problem?
Well, I originated the idea because I'm a musician by passion, and I'm always thinking creatively of how to either create or solve problems. And, I just thought about the fact we have 100 buses. Most of our kids ride the bus. Number one, they need to be connected, and they can do homework or communicate with their teacher on that bus. But if they're just sitting in the bus yard the other 8 or 9 or 10 hours, why not park them where they're needed? And so that's worked brilliantly for us. Students really appreciate it. We have a lot of trailer home parks in our district and a large rural area. We have 1,250 square miles. We're larger than the state of Rhode Island, but those students are now connected and they can do their homework and communicate with their classmates and with their teachers. And it's working brilliantly.
And what are you seeing? Are you seeing the results of the iPad program so far, and how are you measuring the success of that?
Well, in the state of California, we sort of suspended our standardized testing as we adopted the Common Core standards. We call them the new California standards. And we just did our baseline testing last year. This year would be the real first test of just how the overall educational program is working in California. But for us, we looked at a lot of qualitative measures, how students were feeling about using technology, how teachers are feeling about using it, how parents are feeling about it. And we saw engagement that was just off the charts as far as kids really interacting with the curriculum and creating and doing things that they never have been able to do before. The communication has gone up tremendously between parent and teacher, and the data use. Sometimes if you have your own phone, you look at your data usage and it goes up. Yeah, it gets scary. And so ours is really scary, but we pay for it as a district, and we're happy to see it quadruple after we put the routers on the buses.
Okay. And yeah, why iPads over any other tablet or laptop or other device?
Well, we felt that we wanted to have the best device that was on the market, and that would allow for our students' creativity, and we're very user-friendly. And Apple makes the best products. Sorry, Chromebooks and those they're good too. Kindles, they're good. But our community, we have a low socioeconomic community, and I wanted them to have the best because if I want it for my child, I want it for the children in our district. I live 100 miles away in another city, but willing to go to Coachella because the need is there. And so we want to give the kids the best that you have, and they really responded well to that.
And how does the administration and leadership work with the IT team? How does that integrate?
Well, we actually created our own educational technology division. We combine ed tech with IT, and we cross-training them to be able to not only manage the hardware, the software, but understand the teacher side of it. And so that's worked tremendously for us. We have teachers that we pulled out of the classroom who are now educational technology specialists. We call them T3s, teachers training teachers in technology. It really should be T4s. But anyway, we like the 3 number better. And we have developed our own technology integration program, and we use the SAMR model, which is substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. But we added some pieces to that, so we are running our teachers through that program, and it really is a professional development program for integrating technology in the classroom. It works so well that we had to trademark it because other districts want to use it, and we're happy to share it, of course. But when our teachers and administrators and myself, when we get through that program, you know how to use and integrate technology in any type of scenario in the school environment.
How important is it you hear a lot about that leadership has to be bought into new technologies, new ways of teaching, blended learning, any amount of programs that are out there. So how important is it that you and your leadership team are aware of what's going on and what students need in terms of new technologies?
Yes. Well, like I said, I'm a musician, so I'm always experimenting and creating. And, it was my idea to go on this path because I've used technology ever since we had the old Ataris, and I used to write music on the Atari. And now, as we have progressed, with technology, I know that it was going to be important because it's in every facet of life. And if you're not able to use it appropriately, you're going to be less effective and efficient than someone who has, and you're going to be at a disadvantage. And we did not want our students to be at a disadvantage. And we wanted to eliminate that digital divide by providing them with access and the device, and now they can control their own learning environment. And that's really where you'll see a lot of gains when students really take control of their own learning. And so we're looking into personalized learning in a very, very large way because we know if students understand their learning style, their learning modality, and incorporate all these things together, then they can take control more and really accelerate their learning.
What do you hope, what is your greatest hope for when a student leaves and graduates?
Well, our motto is preparation for college, career, and citizenship. And that means that students, if you want to go to college, you're ready. If you want to go into a career, you're ready. And the importance of being a citizen, you're ready. And we do have undocumented students in our community, but they're citizens to us. We don't care where they're born. We care about where they want to go. And so we educate them all to be productive citizens and to be positive members of their communities. And if you have options in life, then you will be successful in life. And I always say if we can help them find their passion in life, they never have to work a day in their life. And that's the goal for us, to have our wall-to-wall academy programs, and then also to have the access to technology and to the internet and to information and to be able to communicate. Then you have the world pretty much at your disposal.
Any initiatives on the horizon that you can share?
Yes, we want to become internet independent. We don't want to rely on third parties, cable companies. We love cable companies. But we want to be able to provide access to our students as a school district for educational purposes, not for any other purpose, for educational purposes. And we're kind of doing that now because we have strong filtering on our system. So if our students were to go to another state, their traffic will come back to our system. But I like to be able to control that access for them, because in some cases third parties don't want to go into areas where there's not profitability.
Right.
But we care about people. We don't care about profit. And so we want to be able to, if we have to put a microwave Wi-Fi mesh, let's do it. If we have to dig and light up dark fiber, let's do it. And so
how would that happen?
Well, E-rate, the new E-rate rules allow for some of that. There may be some initial capital costs if you're going to lay fiber, depending on where the connectors are. Microwave is a little bit easier because you put up antennas and you're covered an area. So that's a little more less expensive. And then sometimes you might just have to give students hotspots here and there if they're really in an isolated area. But the thing is, we want to be able to control that and not have to depend on someone else who sees profit as their motive, because that's their business, and we understand that. But we are in the business of educating kids, and I want them to be able to have the full access.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Corinne Lesh with EdScoop. Thanks for watching.